And Nona Peltier's joined me in the studio. Nona, so Fraser Winneray, who's the chief executive of Mercury, he's, stepping down. Where's he off to?
He's off to Fonterra. He's going to be their new chief operating officer. Now, it's a new job. They did have a chief operating officer before, but he was for the global business. This is the whole thing. It's a big challenge for him. He's going to stay in his job for the next 6 months and then move over to the Fonterra position. No, he doesn't have any farming experience, but he did grow up in a farming community, and he does have a background in his educational background in dairy, plus he had some work experience there. So he's really looking forward to the challenge. He's certainly taken a big one on, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, you've got a report on food safety risks, which has found that there's been, a significant number of recalls since the Food Act in 2016. What's been going on?
Well, it's also tied to the growth in the industry. So it's expected to grow like fourfold in the next, say, 6 years or so. Big increase to about a 30 billion type of size industry. That's remarkable because at the moment, food manufacturing is about 7.5, thereabouts. Anyhow, as it grows, we need to bring in more imported goods. And the fact that we have a very high food standard doesn't necessarily meet the same standards of overseas suppliers. So, for example, we had 12 chocolaters had to recall their dark chocolate and dairy-free chocolate because the product that had come in had been contaminated with dairy milk. So it didn't meet the standard. Now, so it's not all that, it's terrible food. It's just that it doesn't meet the strict requirements now.
Or our definitions.
Our definition, yeah. So because of that, we had 67 cases last year, and it was amongst those kinds of things. 40% accounted for that. Unfortunately, there's a lot of reputation damage associated with, we had the strawberry situation last year with the needles in the strawberries. Really expensive. Now, the general policies that companies take out to protect themselves against this kind of thing doesn't cover these types of, not the indirect effects. So reputation management, how to deal with medical issues, say an environmental cleanup that's required, that kind of thing. So small, medium-sized companies, as this business grows, Delta put out this paper. They're an insurance company. They're saying, we have a product. You could consider it. So the message is out there for small, medium-sized food producers to take a good look at their risk profile, make sure they're adequately covered.
Interesting. Let's take a quick canter around the markets.
Yes, indeed. Quick it is. So China's back in business this week. Yep, they're finished with their anniversary holiday, and just in the nick of time because the trade talks look, like they're, back on the simmer, not necessarily on the boil. But anyways, our top 50 index still gained more than 1/3%, 41 points up to 11,016.
Wow, you cracked it.
That's right. We're not in the 10,000s anymore. Kiwi's trading fairly steady at 63.1 US cents. I guess the market liked the government's accounts. 93.6 Australian and 51.3 British pence. That's it.
Thanks, Nona. Nona Peltier with our business wrap.